All right, everybody. So I'm sure you've all heard by now, but Pikmin 3 Deluxe just got confirmed. Now, the main reason I'm even reporting on this is because I'm not going to sit here and report on every single Switch game that comes out, but I thought this one was a little noteworthy for two different reasons. A, everybody's freaking out about Nintendo not releasing any games. Well, here you go, Pikmin 3 Deluxe. And back in January or so, a few months back, we did a post called something to the effect, or a video called Top 5 Wii U Games That'll Probably Come to the Switch This Year. And Wonderful 101 has already been ported over, and there's talks of Super Mario 3D World being ported over. That left just 3 games, and one of the games on the list was Pikmin 3. So we're going to be diving into basically my thoughts on Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So let's get into it. So today, Nintendo confirmed Pikmin 3 will be coming to the Switch. This isn't just a basic port over to the Switch either. The name Deluxe might tip you off, but there's going to be added content. Now, the game features, as stated per Nintendo in the description for the video, the Pikmin 3 Deluxe announced video, multiple difficulty modes, a new side story missions featuring Olimar and Louie, and all the DLC from the original release. End quote. Not to mention, every port to the Switch adds new portability via the handheld mode, meaning you can now play this game on the go, which wasn't a true functionality of the Wii U. Because the Wii U gamepad had a distance, a limited distance. The Switch obviously does not have that problem. So every game that gets ported over to the Switch, you just have to remember that's always going to be an added bonus. Now on to my post that I made a few months back about Wii U games I thought could get ported over. Here is the direct comment I made about the likeliness of it being brought over. This is just a direct quote from myself on my blog over at thehubs.com. All right, so it ranked number 4th on my list. In hindsight, maybe it should have been higher, but we'll dive into why it was only number 4. Pikmin 3, the first game on the list I have never played, according to that list. So I cannot speak on how dependent of the gamepad Pikmin 3 is. Regardless, I kind of disregarded this port because all the talk about Pikmin 4. I just figured Switch would rather get Pikmin 4 out than a remake of Pikmin 3. Also, I've heard people say they would prefer a trilogy, much in the way Metroid fans are clamoring for the Metroid Prime trilogy collection. However, if we don't get the trilogy, the more and more I write this, the more I think this could be a solid port. Pikmin 4... Okay, sorry if you could hear the dogs. Pikmin 4 looks like it's taking longer than expected, so giving fans Pikmin 3 remastered could solve a lot of issues. A, it would tide over Pikmin fans while finishing up Pikmin 4, and B, it would introduce a new generation to Pikmin. Remember, Pikmin 1 and 2 came out on the GameCube, and a lot of hardcore players who happen to love Pikmin jumped off of the Nintendo bandwagon with the Wii, meaning plenty of people could have missed the third installment after falling in love with the first two. So I feel like that was a pretty accurate statement to what ended up happening. I just assumed Nintendo's hierarchy would go Pikmin 4, and if that can't happen, maybe we'll do a Pikmin HD trilogy collection, and I still think maybe that could have happened if COVID didn't happen, but I feel like with COVID and the world slowing down and Nintendo clearly being caught off guard, that doing a Pikmin 3 Deluxe was easier than rebuilding Pikmin 1 and 2 for the Switch. Beats me, I'm not a game designer or programmer, so I could be dead wrong about that statement. It just seems like that's what this announcement is telling us. Either way, I'm not really surprised to see Pikmin 3 on the Switch. I just assumed Pikmin 4 would come out before. Or like they would announce Pikmin 4, and at the very end they would do that Nintendo thing where people are like, wow, Pikmin 4, there's no way they can top that. And then they go, oh yeah, and to tide you guys over until next year, here's Pikmin Trilogy Collection for the holiday. That's how I thought they would do it. Clearly not. They just randomly on today, what is today, August 5th? They said, hey, here's Pikmin 3. Enjoy. So that's really cool. And that's really all I have to say about it. I don't really play the Pikmin series. It gives me anxiety just watching people play it. So that's enough for me. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this decision. Was it the right decision? Are you happy? Of course you guys are happy. Nintendo's quiet year might be beginning to make an uproar. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going, or if this is where Nintendo peaks. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, and I'll see you guys in the next video.